Hey Richard, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
The crop looks outstanding.
Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it, when you get out and look across it? It's all there.
Yeah, no, it looks really good. The rape's certainly become dominant, as has the ryegrass, but we can see a lot of these secondary species are in there and establishing well, so we'll have a look. Yeah.
Okay, Patrick, the 4 species we planted are all there and they're looking great.
Yeah, they are, Richard. Really pleased with how the sward is established and the ratios of the species here. So we've got obviously our Spitfire rape, which is our dominant or primary species in the sward. Then we have our annual ryegrass, which is Winter Star, which is our sort of our secondary species in the sward. And then further down, we have our Persian clover and our plantain, which are both tertiary species. Now, they're not adding a huge amount to the mix now, but they will longer term. Obviously, all of these species have the capacity to regrow. So in the spring, once the rape has been grazed out, you'll have well-established pasture paddock.
Yeah, and the clovers, they're doing their job, and later on the plantain will do theirs.
Exactly. Well, the clover's there obviously to add some protein and some quality to the pasture sward in the spring, but also it fixes nitrogen, which is super important given the environment we have with fertiliser regulations and restrictions and the cost of fertiliser. And the plantain is a really, really important species. Its root system limits the amount of nitrogen that's going to leach into the soil. It also acts as a diuretic, so it dilutes the amount of nitrogen coming out of the animal. And that's the main reason we've got those 2 species there.
Patrick, it's been great that Ben's been able to call in, check the crop when he's in the area, in the district, and monitor it. It's been great.
Yeah, well, that's part of the service we offer. We really like to take responsibility for the crops that we manage for our customers. Ben's been in the paddock 6 times in the last 10 weeks, and one thing he did pick up on in mid-March was some insect challenge. So we had some diamondback moth, some white butterfly, leaf miner. We also had aphids out here, and we decided to go with an IPM-friendly product, an XRL, in combination with Pyrotek. So that means that we don't actually have any collateral damage in terms of beneficial insects, so ladybirds, lacewings, and your parasitic wasps. And we also decided to address what we thought was a nitrogen deficiency in the crop, so we put some liquid nitrogen with that as well. And as a consequence, the crop looks really good, and I think we've got it to its potential.
Okay, we're at this stage now. What can I expect over the next month, 6 weeks?
Yeah, it's a good question, Richard. We have the Spitfire rape and the Winter Star as the dominant species here, so both of those grow really, really well in cool conditions. So through the month of May, so for the next 4 weeks, we should be able to accumulate about 50 kilos of dry matter per day, so about 1.5 tonne. It won't grow much in June, obviously a very cold month, but the crop will mature and you should have between 7 and 8 tonne of yield by the time we get to July.